All right, what's up, gentlemen? Week 2, mobility and movements and that kind of stuff we're going to start with. One thing I want to say before we get started that we talked a little bit about. Most of the changes I think that you're going to see, all of you, are going to come from just improving your body. Not necessarily any real specific swing thought. We're talking about adjusting and doing different things in our movement. But really, I think that comes from what we do off the course versus what we do on the course, or what we do within our swing, okay? So let's go over some of the stuff that we went over. This is one of the things I think. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to move through these exercises. You can follow along with me. You can pause it, do it a little bit longer, do it a little bit less. But I'm going to build through this. So grab an iron or something along those lines. Before we get started, first thing we're going to do is we really want to start to work on our hinge, okay? The hinge is one of the things I've noticed I think will get us a lot of stuff, a lot more active, but we've got to get our hinge better and our posture in a better alignment first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this club and basically put it on my back, club's on my head, okay? I'm going to try to be as even with the club as I can. Now, one hand's going to reach back, right in that small of the back. The other one's going to sit up here on my head, okay? My stance is going to be about shoulder width apart, okay? So I'll turn sideways so you can see this. But what I want to do from here is I'm just going to sit and play with this hinge, okay? I'm bend. I'm going to stand, bend over. Good. Sit a little bit. Okay, then hinge. But what I'm really doing more than anything is I'm learning to move from the hips, okay? A lot of us get into trouble because we go this way first, okay? So if I got this club up here and I go with my head, look what happens immediately, okay? See how this movement breaks, and right here where my hand is the tension. So keep this club on your head here, hinge back, you'll shift your weight to your heels a little bit, and you'll lean back, okay? So you keep this flat back, or at least keep it as much as you can, okay? This is what we need to get a little bit more into. So if you see as I'm addressing the ball here, if I can go into it this way, I'm gonna be more athletic than if I go into it this way, okay? Notice the difference in my back. Look, if I put the club on my back from this position, look what I'm dealing with here. And I'm really limited on what I can do with my body, okay? So the first movement you're going to get to is the club on our back, the hinge, okay? Second, you're going to take the club out in front of you like this, okay? Both hands are going to go on it, and we're going to work the rotation of our hips, okay? So if I turn to the side, I want to stabilize my upper body. That's what this club's for. And we'll move those hips side to side, and I want to keep my upper body pretty still, okay? Okay, so I'm going to keep them pretty good. This is the club and hip rotation, okay? You could do some pelvic tilts from this position, okay? But look, stable upper body, okay, and then back into the, okay, and again, don't worry about it being a golf movement. Just worry about disassociating the upper and the lower body, feeling some of that rotation, right? You can play with it. Okay, good. Third movement, we're gonna wanna go to the pelvic tilt, but kneeling, okay? So when we go down to the floor, we're gonna get rid of the club for the moment, okay? We're gonna go in here and we're gonna kneel. Again, hand on the glute, hand on the hip flexor. Now, one thing to think about this is we don't want the knee coming inward. So see how my leg's coming in here? This is gonna make it really unstable and unnecessarily need for balance, right? So I want to get that foot out. Notice how there's a little bit of angle to my foot now, all right? And then open, and tuck. Open, tuck. All right? And again, squeeze that butt cheek, rotate those under. Try not to do the forward and back, okay? This isn't me moving my pelvis. This is me thrusting my hips in a weird way. We want to tuck the pelvis under, squeeze the glute. After a few rounds, you could push forward, really stretch out that hip flexor there. Go the other direction here. Switch hands. Again, legs out in front. Rotate, tuck under, rotate, under. Sometimes I kind of feel like I got a big belly when I do this, right? And then tuck it back under, squeeze that butt cheek, pull forward, maintain that squeeze, and good. Okay? Now, if you want, we can go to what we were doing here the other day. This is that drop down into the half kneeling position. You're going to put elbow or a hand onto the knee, rotate through, open back up, rotate through, elbow to the ground, hand to ceiling. Okay, foot goes down, you'll switch sides. All right, we want to try to get good in this switching of the side, because if I can do that, that tells me that I've got good function of my hips, okay? At least for the moment. So hand goes on here, twist the torso to the knee, a couple times, twist it back, and then take the elbow to the ground, rotate to the ceiling. All right, elbow to the ground, rotate to the ceiling. Good. So then we're gonna come up, okay? Next, we're gonna go back to the 90-90 drill, okay? Or that's not 90-90 so much as it is, but it's arm clubs in front of us, fold straight back, reach over, let the elbow lay out, okay? And we're gonna work this pull, okay? Now, tighter you hold the club, the harder it's gonna be, the lighter, a little bit more you'll give, okay? Now, once you do, we're gonna do 4 or 5 of these, and then we're gonna take this club, lift, and I want you to think about finding a golf posture and driving the elbow under, okay? Okay? If some of you saw Wyatt doing that, we're gonna work on that too as well, okay? So add, again, other side, let it lay, okay, work this rotation. No, be careful not to roll back like this, okay? Keep the upper body up. You know, you can always check in with the pelvis and that, make sure you're not in this like funky position. Rotate, then take your golf posture and drive through. Good. Good. So fantastic. It's funny when I can't even read my own writing. Bent knee, rotation, shoulder up. Okay, so you're gonna go to the floor. Okay. Here we're gonna go a straight arm. We were doing this the other day. Straight arm, elbows up. You're gonna keep that arm straight. Take the arm down, push up. And then the second time, you're gonna reach through. But when I reach through, I put my hand down, okay? And kind of turn against it. And I'm gonna step here, elbow goes on, reach down, straight arm, open, reach through. Good. And again, you'll go through to the other side. Elbow up, reach, touch, rotate. Reach through. Good. Awesome. Okay, now one of the last things we're going to work on today, I think this is a good amount of stuff for you guys to get worked on with, is the rig squat. Okay, so now when I do the rig squat, pull this camera over here a little bit so you can see it better. Okay, I call them rigs because I do a lot of these here. This could be on the door or anywhere like that. Okay, but when you come in here, yeah, I'm going to get fairly close to this rig. Okay. Now, my idea and purpose is I'm going to sit down, okay? And now I don't want to sit back into it like this, or I don't want all my weight, or I don't want to drop into where my chest is like this. I'm going to work knees out, sit, okay? And I'm just going to play in this world that I can keep my squat pretty loaded, okay? And you feel here, glutes squeeze to stand up. Okay, so you're gonna play 3 or 4, okay, and then stand. And really access this lower body. Get, not up here, okay, not mid-back, lower body. So if you wanted to, an easy way to think about this is take a chair, put it behind you so you got something to sit, and try to sit upright, okay? And then just barely tap, like you can almost wiggle on that, okay? Stand. So then we'll come down, knees apart, stand, all right? That way we don't have to fear what we're going to. So imagine you're sitting, don't sit back like this, but keep that down, come back up, all right? So now this is a pretty good series of movements from what we worked on this week. I think things went really well. Love watching you guys move, and I think there's a lot of good learning going on. But again, I would reiterate, don't get so wrapped up in like, once I get into my perfect golf stance, you know, okay, go get down here, now I gotta and get all, and spend all your time here. Most of you, by just improving how well your body works, you'll be great. Aaron's really good about this. I think as we get going, we're going to see Aaron's progress go up through the roof. You know, not so much about him changing his golf posture. It's just him getting stronger within that and being able to work more efficiently through it. We're not trying to change everything here, right? That's a golf coach or something along those lines. What we're trying to do is give you the most potential for your body to work well. Okay, and so I think as we start to keep going through this, is don't get so wrapped up in my posture is good, my posture is bad. It's more what's a struggle within our posture, and then how do we kind of take what we're doing here with these movements and apply those through that, not necessarily adding more swing thoughts into your posture. So stay tuned. We got a lot more stuff coming on Saturday again, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys then.